Christ is risen. I hope you all are having a joyous and blessed Eastertide. As we continue our journey throughout this joyous season, on the sixth Sunday of Easter, we will enter into a micro season in the life of the church called Rogation Tide. Rogation comes from the Latin word which means rogare, and it simply means to ask. And that simply is what this season is all about, that we will be entering into come May the 9th, the 10th, and then the time that precedes the Feast of the Ascension, which is that following Thursday. It is a time to intensify our prayer in the parish. And one way we do that historically is called beating of the bounds. And we're going to do that this year in a very symbolic and rich way here at the chapel. On May the 9th, which is a Saturday, at 10 a.m., we're going to start here at the church, and we're going to carry the cross in procession with all of us following behind the cross, and we're going to walk the 5-mile loop called the Joseph Plum Martin Trail, the paved trail that goes around the park. Why are we doing that? Well, the beating of the bounds traditionally is for each parish to locate their parish boundaries and then go throughout that community in which they do their ministry. That's what the parish is, not simply the acre or two that the church is on. In our case, it would be 45 acres, but actually the entire community that church is responsible for in its ministry. That's what a parish really is by definition. And so they would get their parish map out, these ancient English churches, and they would go and walk along the boundaries of the parish, and they would use willow branches, and they would beat the bounds. They would beat the boundaries. And by so doing, they're symbolically stating that this belongs to Jesus Christ. This does not belong to you, evil powers of this world. Everything within these boundaries has been dedicated and consecrated for Christ and for his ministry. And there's a intensified journey of prayer that takes place as they would go throughout their boundary. Here at the chapel, our boundary really is the entire nation. And there's nothing that symbolized the entire nation, the cradle of this nation, the place where this nation was forged, as much as Valley Forge National Historical Park. And so what we're going to do is, in order to beat the bounds symbolically, we're going to walk around the park, and we're going to touch all the places that belong to Christ. And we're going to pray for them, stopping at various monuments and beholding all of the beautiful sights of Valley Forge. This will be about a 5-mile walk. We'll take a nice and slow pace. We'll stop often for prayer and for rest. We'll take turns carrying the cross, and it will be a very renewing opportunity for us to pray for our parish and for us at Washington Memorial Chapel, the nation's church, the soul of Valley Forge. That means to pray not only for our local community, not only for this commonwealth, but for our great country. And so we hope that you'll mark it on your calendar. We hope that you'll sign up through the email that's coming to you or probably has already come to you, and that you'll join us on Saturday, May 9th, here at the chapel at 10 a.m. Once we finish our journey that day, we're going to have a proper parish ale, as Father Frank Spano calls it. I believe this was traditional for parishes to gather together for a party when they were finished with their walk. And so that's what we're going to do as well. I'm going to smoke some of my revolutionary barbecue, and we'll have other beverages and refreshments, and it'll be a day of entering into this very sacred time of intensifying our ask to God, both on our behalf, the behalf of our church and our larger parish, which again really is this entire country for us at Washington Memorial Chapel. May God bless you, and may you have a blessed Eastertide.